Well, welcome to the Borderland Blitz, sponsored by Southwest University. I'm Adrian Ochoa. He's Nate Ryan. JC Navarrete back with us tonight. Thank you for joining us, JC.
You know what? I was on IR. I had a torn hamstring, but I'm back. And I'm ready to put up some fantasy points.
There you go, man. Love that you're back. Now, we thought we were making history on the show last Friday, guy, for the least amount of games on the Borderland Blitz. We only had 2 games, but then this week rolled around and we're down to 1, guys. 1 game. That's all we got.
Just French fry today. That's what it looks like. More in-depth highlights. We got to get the touchscreen going on with this one, right?
Yeah. You know, one is...
We'll give John King and Tommy Yamas a run for their money with that touchscreen.
Yeah,
You guys stick. We've got some geographic maps coming up here later in the show. You guys just wait and see.
Yeah, that's right. We got to utilize that some way during this show. Now, you know, one is better than none, guys. The majority of the districts were taking this week off as part of the county judge's recommendation to suspend sports for 2 weeks. But Ysleta ISD and Clint ISD have continued with their seasons, and that led us to tonight. Parkland and Horizon, both teams tested for COVID-19 before this game as part of a rapid testing program. All players, coaches tested negative, so that one game was a District 1-5A Division II matchup. And there you see Will Herring.
I know him.
You see the sheriff.
There he is.
You see the sheriff. He's ready.
We are not quite ready to go to Will. We're going to do the highlights first.
We'll come back to you.
It's our game of the week, guys. This one going down at Horizon. First quarter. Parkland gonna waste no time getting on the board here. Jacarius Lewis to Ivan Soto, gonna make a man miss right there, and he gets the house call. Matadors go up 6-0. Then in the second quarter, it's more Parkland. This time Lewis with the keeper, and Mr. Lewis is just gonna go ahead and turn on the Jets here. Nothing but green turf in front of him.
Looks like he's booking a ticket there, Adrian. Where's he going?
There, he's going to the house. Welcome to End Zone City. That's exactly where he's going. Later in the quarter, Horizon punting from their own end zone. And check this out, Parkland's Angel Mendez with the return.
No fair catch needed.
In the arms of an angel.
There you go. Look, and making moves and busting loose. He's going to take it to the house. Matadors led 25-0 at the half. Then in the third quarter, the onslaught would continue as the handoff here to Jonathan Barton.
Former nice play winner.
He fumbles it, but it bounces right back to him. Right there.
He's playing basketball.
Good heads-up play right there. Scorpions can't catch a break. Fourth quarter, Barton with the take again. Nice pickup as he's going to take a shot right here, but just get right back up. Oh, right there.
It's a grown man hit.
But he puts the Matadors in a nice position here. Lewis to Mark Obanan. And there was just,
dirty.
Nice, nifty move right there. No letting up on the gas for the Matadors.
Illegal in some counties.
No letting up on the gas for the Matadors in this one. They take this one easily in a shutout. Let's take that final score, 38-0. Matadors looking good tonight, fellas.
Yeah, Nate Ryan, a big fan of the Parkland Matadors and their alumni. They came out to play tonight, and it's funny you said it's the game of the week. It's the only game of the week. That makes it the game of the week.
Yeah, Adrian, I want to know, over there in End Zone City, have they turned their ballots in yet? Well, what's the count over there at End Zone City?
I think it's still like 49% both ways. It's neck and neck.
Parkland sure turned theirs in tonight. And you want to talk about turning things in.
We saw him earlier.
You turn it into the sheriff, and you better have a warrant for this man.
We got a tease bigger than the election.
And that's Will Herring, who's on scene there at Horizon.
Dark Horizon in the pitch black.
That's one thing I don't want to see in the dark, and that's a mustache Will Herring. I'll tell you that much.
What's going on, Will?
What's up, fellas? How's everybody going? I gotta know something. Do you have to wear a mask when you're in End Zone City? I need to know for my own self. As you guys know, I'm out here at Horizon right now, the only game in town, and there goes a truck or something. Regardless, as you saw, the Parkland Matadors really came in and took the Scorpions by the stinger in a big way. Now, I spoke with Coach Franz after the game, Coach Mendez, and I got with Barton, who, ran wild all day. Take a listen.
We had a bunch of different guys step up that, maybe a lot of people haven't heard of, but that's what we talked about from the beginning of this season. It's going to be a season of different guys in different spots doing different things, and I think we did a good job today. Our defense played fantastic. Offensively, we had a turnover which we'd like to get rid of, but I thought we ran the ball well, threw the ball fairly well, so I'm pretty pleased with our efforts.
It was good. It was a great team effort, honestly. Great blocking from the line and the receivers. I mean, the credit's all to them. Without them, there's no me.
Gotta give a little dap over to the defense. Fish shutout today.
Yes, sir. You already know. 0 points. You already know.
You know, we're dealing with the elements just like everybody else in the city, and so I'm just proud of the way that the guys came out and battled. A lot of kids playing out of position, but I don't question their effort. I don't question their heart. So the fact that we were able to play today, you know, that's a plus for us.
Now, something Coach Franz brought up was consistency, and how his players need to be consistent. But how can you be consistent if you don't even know if you're going to have to play a game in the next week? Unbelievable stuff. Now, Coach Melendez, he talked about and told his players that all of El Paso's eyes were on them. And, of course, he would rather have had a better show, but he was just, again, grateful that they got to play. He brought up his seniors who had been a part of this program for almost 4 years, some of them, and not being able to have a season would have been heartbreaking. They're just glad to be able to get on the field and to bang heads. Now, of course, I'm out here at Horizon. I've been here for, you know, a little while now. Security's already asked me to leave about 10 times, so I think I'm going to listen. I'm going to kick it back to you guys in the studio. JC, great to get you back, baby.
Hey, I'm glad to be back, my man. Don't you ever let anybody kick you out of anywhere. You are the sheriff with that mustache. You want to talk about consistency, that mustache.
I think the lights flickered in your live shot there about 3 times on your tag. I think they might be trying to turn them out on you here, but don't let them.
They're wrapping you.
Will is breaking curfew tonight. He's breaking the law. Yeah, but
no, he's essential. Let's not
that's
start
true.
that rumor. He's an essential
that's true. I forgot about that. Thank you, JC.
There you go.
He is essential. And to answer his question, do you wear masks in Zone City? Yes.
Yes.
Social distancing.
Everywhere.
Gotta have it.
Absolutely. Will Herron, thank you so much for that. And a shout out to Coach Jones from Parkland. That right there was my old economics teacher. Anytime Parkland plays, I like to bring him up. We also asked Coach Franz and Coach Melendez about how they felt about being the only game in town tonight, as well as how they hope their respective districts move forward with this season.
We want them to give their best effort because we never know when our last game is going to be. It could be this week, could be next week. So I think the kids did a good job of that. That's beyond my pay grade. You know, they tell us we can play, we come out here and play. They tell us we can't, then we don't. But until they tell us that we can, we're going to continue to work hard and continue to come out here and play every week.
We certainly take that opportunity and would like to showcase what we have here at Horizon High School and Clint ISD in our facilities. And just being able to be the spotlight for a moment. I don't make enough to make those decisions, but if I was privy to those conversations, I would just tell all sports, play your district games as fast as you can. That way you can make sure we have playoff representatives. And if you have an opportunity to play. Do it for the kids. Give them an opportunity, especially for our seniors. So they deserve it. They've been given so much to programs individually for 4 years. So to give an opportunity to step on the field, you know, we owe it to them.
And guys, just before we came out here, we confirmed with EPISD that they will continue with high school sports next season, and SISD not official just yet, but they are leading that way as well. So EPISD, SISD back in the game starting next week. Let's go ahead and take a look at the standings here in District 15A Division 2. This just goes to show you the sign of the times here, fellas. Some teams have been able to get games in,
November.
whereas other teams have struggled. November, you never see standings like this. There you see Parkland and Horizon, the only ones able to get in the district game so far, just because Cañutillo hasn't played. You see, Cañutillo's only played 1 game this season. Isleta 2-0. Hanks, they've been able to get 4 games in this season, none of them district games. They're sitting at 0-4. But again, next week we should have a lot more games, obviously, than we've had in the last 3 weeks. So what's next for the 2020 high school football season? Again, we did confirm with the El Paso Independent School District that high school sports will resume next week against Socorro. Still waiting on an official decision, but they will. Looks like they are trending that way as well. And today I spoke with Isleta ISD Superintendent Dr. Xavier De La Torre. He tells me a meeting was held today between all the districts to decide how to move forward while his district is ready to play because of that rapid COVID-19 testing program that his district is taking part in. Other districts don't have that. And if a majority of the districts had decided to end the season, De La Torre says he wouldn't have had any options but to do this.
If they do that, we will likely follow suit because there's no benefit to us to keep moving forward. We play many of their teams, which mean we end up, as you mentioned, having 1 game or 1 track meet or 2 and a volleyball game. And so at that point, I think we'd have to take a step back take a step back from winter athletics, let this continue to evolve and become a primary weapon against COVID-19 among student athletes and staff.
And what Dr. De La Torre is referring to is this rapid testing program for YSD student athletes and staff. I got a chance to see that process for myself, and I'm going to show that to you more in depth later in this show. Nate, we're going to go ahead. Now we're able to talk playoffs. Nate, you're going to take up the look at the district standings for 1-4A.
Yeah, keeping it on in the district. Let's go ahead and roll that tape. Last week, Clint Lions defeated Saul Sainz' Riverside Rangers to win the district title. Clint supposed to play a game against San Elisario tonight. That game canceled due to COVID-19 issues with San Eli. The Eagles forfeiting the game. So let's go ahead and pull up those district standings in 1-4A. Something looks like the NFC East, I say, with those numbers there. Might rival them there, Clint.
Adrian, look away.
Yeah, Clint, Riverside, Mountain View. Tonight we learned San Eli calling off the remainder of their season, including their bi-district game against Fort Stockton. So a look there at the pairings now for the bi-district round of the 4A playoffs. 3 teams will take the field next week. Clint taking on Lakeview next Friday night. Riverside gets Big Spring, alma mater of current Tennessee Titans quarterback Ryan Tannehill. Mountain View will take on Andrews. All these games next Friday night at neutral sites.
I'm going to go ahead and send it to break now, but when we come back, we're going to be talking some UTEP football a little while. Plus, we also have some fun later at the end of the show. You're going to want to stick around. Stay with us.
Don't want to miss it.
Buenas noches.
ABC7 has always been the Borderlands news and information innovator. The first El Paso station with a website. The area's first morning newscast. In-depth issues discussions on ABC7 Extra. And now, El Paso native Saul Sainz joins Eric Elkin and Stephanie Valle on ABC7 at 10. Extra context. Extra depth. Extra perspective. Eric, Stephanie, and Saul. Only on ABC7 at 10. ABC7 Extra, weeknights at 10.
For some extra perspective, we asked the city how this new policy will affect you.
Rare access to the Del Sol Medical Center Intensive Care Unit.
The Borderlands home for detailed, comprehensive coverage of the stories that affect you most.
In the experience of our viewers, the phone call is not being answered.
Going beyond soundbites, Eric Elkin, Stephanie Valle, Saul Sainz, bringing you stories you won't see anywhere else. Get the extra edge, weeknights at 10, only on ABC7.
Bienvenidos al Borderland Blitz prep
Mira nomás.
to UTEP. Of course, JC still looks like he could still be in college, so obviously he's very well qualified to talk about it, right, guys?
Yeah.
So we got second straight week of shortened high school slates. Also the second straight week without a UTEP game, as tomorrow's scheduled home tilt against Florida International called off due to a lack of healthy scholarship players. On the FIU side, that game will not be made up. But this week, we did get a couple games back. Home games against Southern Miss and North Texas moved to December 4th and 12th at the end of the schedule. That game against Southern Miss is going to be on a Friday night, the rare college Friday night lights at the Sun Bowl, gentlemen. Bonus Blitz coverage there. We'll divvy up the schedule. That'll be interesting to see how that shakes out on who's covering that one. But both Southern Miss and North Texas in the middle of tumultuous seasons, obviously dealing with health issues, and they're playing multiple quarterbacks. So the Miners are a much more stable program than both those programs. Next one up is at UTSA, but UTSA's game tomorrow against Rice just got called off after positive COVID cases at UTSA. So now UTEP's next game in question. And Adrian, I know you talked to Dana Dimmel about this issue earlier today. His thoughts?
Yeah, he's confident that that game against UTSA will happen. UTEP 3-3 on the season, especially with these other programs in flux. UTEP has to at least like their odds of getting a couple of wins together there.
Yeah, and I'll tell you who else likes their chances moving forward and is even optimistic about postseason play. That's UTEP head coach Dana Dimmel, who I caught up with earlier this week.
It's early right now in the conference standings, and we have 2 losses, of course, but they're 2 losses that were very, very competitive losses that we all know we could have won. So a win puts us right where we need to be and puts us right on track to finish up our divisional side now with some good victories.
Do you feel confident that your team, on paper, is scheduled to maybe be favored, if not at least in every ball game the rest of the way?
I do. You know, I feel very comfortable about that. And if we can stay healthy, I've told the guys our destiny's in our own hand. We can win the division still, right? If we win out, there's a great chance we'll win the division. So there's so much in our control right now. It just comes with great preparation, great practices, and going out and playing good football each and every weekend.
And I just saw, reading some of the other local beats you talked about, one actually on ESPN, one of their beat writers had the Miners project projected to finish up in a bowl game at the end of the season this year. What's your take on that? Does that get you a little bit excited?
Oh, it's super exciting. You know, that's something that we really make as one of our major goals when we get here, and obviously something that would be a real, feather in our cap to be able to accomplish that. And we can go out and get some wins here down the stretch. It's definitely something that can happen for the Miner football team.
Obviously, bowl eligibility is not a thing this year, but you'd imagine 5, 6, 7 wins in that range would probably get you to postseason play. Are those already conversations that you're having with your team in the locker room as far as, hey, we can get to this point down the road if we string a couple more wins together? Oh,
they have it amongst themselves. The players talk. I walked up on a couple players talking today about bowl games and how, promises that, they need to give to each other to be able to accomplish those things and to be able to get the gifts that come with it and all the excitement that comes with playing in a bowl game and the pride they have to the El Paso community by getting to a bowl game. So they're talking about a lot.
In a year that's been so weird here, all these teams like the Dodgers, the LA Lakers, winning championships, but there's an asterisk next to that name just because of COVID-19, but a championship nonetheless, again. So just a weird year with a lot of possibilities.
You're not taking that win away from my Dodgers.
No, I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to. The Cowboys, if the Cowboys would have won the Super Bowl this year, I would have gloated just as much as you are with your Dodgers. But I'm just saying, it's a year where anything can happen.
Well, yeah, guys, there's no prerequisite win totals for bowl eligibility this season, so there will be no asterisks. Guys, this is a UTEP team that won 2 games over the past 2 years, and here we are talking about a bowl game. Is this wishful thinking?
I don't know. I mean, I think they have turned it around with some of the key players they brought in. It's hard to rebuild a whole program just 1 year into a coach's tenure. I do like what he's done so far, though.
Yeah, if a bowl game's on the table, here are some of the possible destinations. We've got a map here, but there's no blue or red on it here. John King is not walking through the door here,
refreshing
guys.
change of pace.
A refreshing sight. Yeah, Conference USA has contracts with the following bowls. They'd have to extend the invite to the Miners. I saw one projection with UTEP in the Montgomery Bowl there in Alabama.
Any relation to Shelby?
Yeah, possibly. Maybe send Shelby out there on the beat. Maybe she extends the invite. Who knows? Myrtle Beach, though, that sounds pretty nice this time of year. Maybe New Orleans. Adrian, what do you think about me and JC running loose in the French Quarter?
Yeah, you guys can go ahead and go. Being stuck with you guys at the New Orleans Bowl, not going to happen.
Bring your beads
Just
and a mask. I don't know. I got to say, Adrian, you bring your beads and a mask.
I've got no issues going down to the French Quarter there. Last time UTEP was in a bowl game, 2014.
I remember
that was the New Mexico Bowl.
Yeah.
Against Utah State. Jameel Showers at the controls for UTEP. He was a dual threat guy.
Former Dallas Cowboy as well.
Yeah, this was actually Aaron Jones' sophomore season. He topped the 1,000-yard mark on the season. The bowl game didn't go as planned. Adrian, you remember this game, my man?
Ian Hamilton. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt there. Ian Hamilton, funny story. I had him and Roy Robertson Harris in this exact same class, which was my media class. And just look at where Roy Robertson Harris ended up. And I'm sure Ian Hamilton's doing pretty well for himself as well.
Well, look at where you ended up.
I know, yeah, that's JC, the touch of JC. You have
Dreams
success.
come true, man. I do feel responsible for Roy Robertson Harris's career.
Well, this was the New Mexico Bowl, guys. It could be an option for UTEP this year, but it might not be played in New Mexico as a current health order currently in the state of New Mexico prohibits sporting events as well as gatherings of more than 5 people. Rumors circulating that the game could be moved to Texas. So the New Mexico Bowl
of
Texas. In Texas? Does that make any sense to you guys?
Why not?
I mean,
let's do it.
Anything can happen.
We're in Texas.
2020 the way it's going.
We could throw it down over at the SAC or something like that.
That's true. That would be a good location.
We'll take what we can get. Or hey, I don't think I'm just saying Coronado has a brand new turf field, and
maybe the field over there at Anthony. Like you could really pack that in tight.
Make sure to tape those ankles if you're going to be playing out there.
Plenty more to come here on the Borderland Blitz. We're going to take a look at that rapid COVID-19 testing that we were talking about earlier in the show. I got a chance to see that in person, as well as how the districts are encouraging the social distancing as some of the districts prepare to welcome back students. We'll have that after the break.
Don't wait until 2021 to start your new career. Enroll today at Southwest University and become a nurse, sonographer, or health administrator. Earn your associate degree and become an essential community member in only 12 months. Yes, only 12 months. Southwest University is El Paso's #1 allied health university. Finish the year with a new purpose and a new career. Transfer credits are accepted. Visit us at southwestuniversity.edu. Southwest University makes you happen.
When the biggest stories break,
This is a major fraud in our nation.
But I'm optimistic about this outcome.
ABC 7 delivers.
Unprecedented voter turnout in El Paso.
All these states shaded in gray still have votes being counted.
The team you know, the team you trust.
I'm very, very humbled.
Right now, I'm focused on the pandemic.
On air, online, and up-to-the-minute alerts from the KVIA News app. Context, depth, perspective. ABC 7, where news comes first. News doesn't stop on weekends, and neither does ABC 7. Whether you're an early riser or like to sleep in, ABC 7 has more choices than ever to start your Saturday right. Good Morning El Paso is on from 6 to 7. It's GMA Weekend from 7 to 8. Good Morning El Paso is back from 8 to 9. Then GMA again from 9 to 10. For weather, traffic, sports, and complete coverage of breaking news, it's Good Morning El Paso and GMA. Saturday mornings from 6 to 10.
And welcome back. Look at that.
The Heisman.
There he is, the Heisman look from Nate Ryan.
He's got all of his college eligibility still.
I have 2 years. I only have 2 years.
There you go.
But you get one free.
Division
for
III
COVID.
tennis took up the first two.
Oh, make him count.
Well, most school districts took the recommendation from El Paso's county judge to suspend sports for 2 weeks. Ysleta ISD, though, felt comfortable continuing because of rapid COVID-19 testing program that the district is taking part in. I got a chance this morning to see that testing for myself. This was over at Bel Air High School. The cross-country team was tested today because they'll be headed to regionals in Lubbock on Tuesday.
Oh, look at that poor girl's face.
There you go. I so relate to that reaction. I've had a COVID-19 test as well, and check out this.
I think we can all relate to that horrible feeling of getting your brain pulled out.
Pretty much, and then the after effects, like
So he's trying broccoli for the first time or something.
Students are walked through on how to administer the test themselves, as you just saw. Results come back in just 15 minutes. Now the students wait, and then they're given their results. Everyone that was tested in this session came back negative. The program is open to students, faculty, and staff. Tests are conducted twice a week at all of the district's high schools in YISD.
So we look at it from a place of let's find ways to make it happen rather than think of all the reasons why it shouldn't happen. But the day that is no longer the case, we would likely follow suit and suspend athletics. But it does make a big difference knowing that every student, athlete, every coach, and every ancillary staff member participating in a particular event tested negative that day or the day before.
I'm very grateful because I know a lot of schools and places didn't get the opportunity to compete, or like they got cut short. So I know we're one of the very few lucky ones that actually got our full season, and then we still get to proceed to regionals.
Yeah, I feel nervous because like if I get positive, it can mess up my season. So like I'm praying there, just waiting for me to get negative. I'm really grateful because this means a lot to me. Like we've been working for this, and we know that we can, and we deserve it.
Best of luck to the Highlanders in regionals at Lubbock on Tuesday.
Yeah, it's the only time you're hoping for a negative result on a test. That's for sure.
Yes, definitely. Well, also, some students will be returning to schools in the few days. And EPISD had an interesting way of showing the importance of social distancing. Guys, we haven't seen much of the mascots this season.
I miss my T-Bird.
We've seen the bands, we've seen the cheerleaders. The mascots, not so much. So EPIC decided to bring them out and talk about the importance of social distancing. Go. Take a look.
We are happy to see you in person again after so many months of learning from home. But don't forget, there are new rules for everyone who wants to be on campus. Before you come on campus, you must put on your face mask. Once inside, it's up to all of us to keep socially distanced, at least 6 feet apart. Get here a little bit early than normal, too. Before coming inside, you'll have to go through a health screening to make sure we are all as safe as possible. And pay attention, there are new rules that will help you and your friends minimize contact to help stop the spread of the virus while you learn. We know things look different, but together, we can deal with the new challenges of the COVID-19 pandemic. Welcome back.
Yeah, Nate, your friend, the Eagle, was there.
He's my favorite mascot in the country, quite frankly. It's the Andrus Eagle. I love that guy. You think, it's just there's a lot of eagles out there.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah. But there's none quite like the Andrus Eagle, just because he's very
eagly.
He's got his six-pack abs.
That guy, he's into the kettlebell swings.
And the Nicole Gomez factor, don't leave her out of this, ever. Anytime you bring up Andrus, you bring her name into it as well. And I got to say, that little tune, a little bit like Girl from Ipanema. Am I the only one that felt that vibe?
I saw you were dancing during the video there, so I was like, yeah.
I've never had a hard time social distancing from a Cougar, I'll tell you that much, as a Coronado alum.
Moving on.
Of the West Side.
Moving on.
Okay,
Guys,
how'd you say it?
We're talking about people who've passed on. You're once in the Blitz, you're always on the Blitz. Really cool to follow along, guys, with the high school athletes from El Paso who go on to the college level. We had one in action tonight. Former El Dorado star Cedarius Barfield making a name for himself in the San Diego State secondary against San Jose State tonight. The Aztecs need a stop to get the ball back late, and Barfield here coming up, making a nice tackle, number 27 there. Barfield and the defense force a punt to give him a chance to win it, but the return man, Jordan Bird, doesn't call the fair catch. What do you think happens, guys?
You've got to call the fair catch. You do this in Madden all the time, man.
You do it in Madden, you probably should do it in real life. San Jose State keeps it. They need a first down to win it. They're going to get it. The only reason we're showing this play is because the man who made the tackle, number 27. I'm not lying to you. He's on the field, and he's from El Paso. He's
doing well.
San Diego State. ¿Cómo se dice San Diego en español?
San Diego.
San Diego.
Yeah.
Diego is Jose, St. Joseph.
No, it's still Diego.
That's
not how that works.
Cedarius Barfield.
Speaking of translations in the ACC tonight, we had another one, NC State and Miami.
Roll that tape.
Yeah, ACC. This is a little razzle-dazzle. How about the trick play, gentlemen?
Looking like the Cowboys before tragedy struck.
If it were the Cowboys,
the throwback screen to quarterback Bailey Hockman on the opening possession for the Wolfpack. And NC State with the lead, but De'Ara King and Miami prevail in the end. Over the middle to Mike Harley. You guys ever ridden a Harley there?
Only on the back of one, and I'm not proud to admit that.
JC is going to be getting some phone calls from the FCC come Monday morning. Or I don't even know who's going to be calling this guy. Miami wins in a shootout, 44-41. Keep your mask on. And
hey, you know what? She drove the Harley well too. I'm just saying.
All right.
This is what happens when JC misses a week of the Blitz. He comes back and he's just like ready to go.
I'm amped up. I might be more amped up than Will Herron ever has been.
Oh boy,
that's saying a lot right there.
We're going to be talking beards.
You're a news anchor?
Not right now. Right now, I'm a Blitz member.
This guy informs the community.
It's so very hard to get the show back on track, but I'm going to try here. We're going to be talking beards coming up in this next segment. I know, if you know...
You're mad at me and my Harley comment? And we're talking beards.
Beards. Yes, beards, not beers, beards. We'll see what we mean coming up after the break.
We're going to break, so...
At a time where it seems like so much around us is changing, TFCU will continue to provide for all your financial needs, from convenient online mortgage applications to a simple auto loan process. We can even help you virtually in the comfort and safety of your home, while providing the financial guidance you expect and deserve, all with the technology you want to get more done. This is life well financed with TFCU. Don't have an account? Open yours online today.
Don't wait until 2021 to start your new career. Enroll today at Southwest University and become a nurse, sonographer, or health administrator. Earn your associate degree and become an essential community member in only 12 months. Yes, only 12 months. Southwest University is El Paso's #1 allied health university. Finish the year with a new purpose and a new career. Transfer credits are accepted. Visit us at southwestuniversity.edu. Southwest University makes you happen.
An awful lot can change overnight.
Overnight, President Trump announcing that both he and the First Lady have tested positive for coronavirus.
ABC 7's Good Morning El Paso knows you need to get up to speed fast.
One person is dead and another was wounded after a shooting in central El Paso.
The ABC 7 Alert Center is Good Morning El Paso's tool for the latest updates to keep your family safe.
All of those eastbound lanes in this area have been shut down throughout the morning during this investigation.
Only on ABC 7's Good Morning El Paso.
Well, it's a part of the show here where we recap the scores from the week, and this is it.
In case you missed it.
This was it. This was our one and only game. The Parkland Matadors getting their third win of the season, their first win in district play here as they started district play in 2-5A Division II. Final score 38-0 over the Horizon Scorpions. Congratulations to those Matadors tonight.
Horizon and Parkland in the spotlight tonight.
Yeah, one better than none. That's what we said at the top of the show, and somehow we've managed to kill time here. This is why we're employed.
Well, you know, guys, it is November, and you start to see the facial hair start to come out a little more. We see it with Will Heron. I mean,
you're following in his footsteps. You've got a bit of a stash yourself, Nate.
Aaron Rodgers season here with this. It's gone tomorrow morning, especially on a high school football show. I can keep it. But New Mexico State football, they picked up a new offensive lineman by way of the SEC. We had Eli Williams coming in from Ole Miss. He's a great player. He started 12 games last season, but all that doesn't matter when you look at the beardage on this man. What does it look like he does for a living?
Looks like
cuts down trees.
Lumberjack, exactly. That's what I was going to say,
Drives a fan boat.
Rides a Harley.
But, I mean, this next one, though.
We shot this earlier in the season. How does it compare to the assistant coach from Austin High School?
You shall not pass. That's what we've been. That's what we've been saying all day here.
He looks like he has. He should have a staff or something like that. He's
just
walks with.
A personal beard groomer. Who's that handsome devil
Our
right
very
there?
Own Eric Elkin.
Eric Elkin just had a baby, which is God's gift to the region. But the real gift might have been the beardage.
Well, with that beard, who wouldn't want to be held like that? Jack is a lucky guy.
Oh my God! Look at that beard.
Out the archive.
Is that Mark Consuelos?
No, that is, somehow I look older there, and that was like 4 years ago.
This was,
You need to run for office.
Oh, man.
Look at that. And we're zooming in.
Should I start growing it out again? Kevin, what do you think about that? I know you're going to give us the report.
Oh, my God.
Oh, man.
The Bachelor here?
Ladies.
What's going on?
Tinder.
Wow.
Swipe right.
Exactly.
Right there.
Right. Yeah.
That is
he's got the dog, the $1 million smile. The only thing missing is just
a job.
A guitar.
That man was unemployed.
Look at that.
Kevin Lovell, give me your thoughts here. Should I grow the beard back out? Send me an email.
We want to hear from you guys. Can we see it from JC? It'll only take just needs a little bit of water, and just 24 hours, it'll be there.
I say we all start growing them out. Adrian, I'm putting you on the spot here as well as Nate.
But here's the thing, I can't grow a beard, guys, like nothing.
Mustache.
I can't grow any facial hair. Just doesn't happen.
Just need some...
A little Rogaine on your face.
Just
kidding. Don't try that at home, kids. That was a joke.
For the lawn.
Yeah.
Anything you can think of, any help, but like, it just ain't happening for me, guys. But JC, I mean, I gotta tell you, man, ABC, The Bachelor, I mean, we have that connection there.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm trying to stay away from everybody right now with COVID-19, but I would love to
down in the DM for my man over.
That's how you know we don't have a lot of games to talk about when we start talking about facial hair. But we found a way to fill time.
This is a football show.
And you can't spell football without Speedy's Pizza. I mean, you physically can.
That's right.
But they go hand in hand.
Our thanks to Speedy's Pizza feeding our crew here tonight, as they have the previous weeks as well. That's going to do it for us here on the Borderland Blitz. Again, EPISD, SISD will all be back next week, so we'll have a lot more games than we had this week. Tune in then. Guys, any final thoughts?
We used to have 2. Now we have 1. Hopefully we'll have more tomorrow.
We'll have a lot more next week. I have a feeling.
Correct.
Games.
I have a feeling.
I thought you were talking pizzas or beer.
We're going to ride off into the sunset with our Harleys.
Exactly.
That's what we're going to do.
Have a great night, everyone. We'll see you next week. Stay safe, social distance. Good night, everyone.
Drop dead.